Apple Arcade features some truly unique and innovative multiplayer experiences that implement different ways to connect and play with others. Today, we're going to be having a look at every multiplayer game on offer, and right now it's about 24 games. This is as of the 20th of November 2019, so do keep that in mind. More games will come out very soon. Every single game in this list supports an MFI controller or PlayStation DualShock 4 or Xbox One controller. Number 1, we have Hogwash. This is Bossa Studios' new 3 vs 1 multiplayer game. You can play as either a piggy or a farmhand. As a piggy, you must run around the map and try to put mud onto all the farmer's important items like a car, house, signs, etc. And as the farmhand, it's your job to spray the piggies with water before they can wreak havoc. You can only connect to random players in multiplayer. I hope Bossa add a private and split screen mode in the future. Number 2 is Cat Quest 2. Following the success of the original 2D open world RPG, Cat Quest 2 greatly expands on the first experience. It brings players more spells to work with, weapons to use, a new character switch mechanic, and stunning worlds to explore. But the best new feature is local on-screen co-op. With 2 Bluetooth controllers connected to your Apple device, you can jump into the co-op mode. Plus, if you're on a Mac, one player can use the keyboard and the other a controller. Cat Quest 2 runs at 60 frames across all Apple devices. Number 3, we have Ballistic Baseball. Ballistic Baseball is a real-time player versus player baseball game that shows what it's like to be a pitcher and batter. You can go up against other random players online or create a private game. Gameloft are the developer behind this one and have made a fairly difficult game. It takes a while to understand, especially how to successfully pull off a batting. Once you get the hang of it, it's really great and it's challenging and it's fun. Also, Gameloft have updated the game to version 1.6. This brings major improvements for online AI and gameplays. Some notable updates include the following. Connecting to people is now much more reliable. CPU batter AI has been improved. User pitch and batting timing has been significantly updated for online and offline matches, which was my biggest issue initially. And you have increased stamina for all pitchers. And this covers only the very basics of this update. So if you had issues with the game initially, definitely give the game another go. Number 4 is Hot Lava. Hot Lava is a 3D first-person parkour game by Clay Entertainment. You and other players can go into levels where you must get to the end and avoid the lava below. The multiplayer features drop-in, drop-out multiplayer. You can use emotes and customize your character to stand out. Remember, you'll always be connecting to random players. You can't join directly with friends, and you can't play in couch co-op. Hot Lava supports 60 frames on Apple TV 4K and Mac, and 30 on iPhone and iPad, and it supports custom graphics on Mac. Number 5, we have Sociable Soccer. Apple Arcade has a really good soccer game that has in-depth single-player modes and a fantastic 1 vs 1 local multiplayer mode. To obtain access to this local multiplayer mode, all you need to do is connect 2 Bluetooth controllers to your device. Please note, and I hope this makes sense, you can take on other players' manager-controlled teams online, but you can't actually play against another online player in real time. According to Rogue Games, this feature may be implemented in a future update. Number 6 is Spidersaurs. The The majority of people don't know that this platform game supports 2 players locally. If you connect 2 Bluetooth controllers, you will then gain access to the 2-player mode on the main menu. Together, you will explore places filled with treacherous obstacles, dangerous creatures, and explosive environments. You'll have different weapons to use, like spread guns, lasers, flamethrowers, and you can upgrade them over time. Number 7, we have Sonic Racing. In Sonic Racing, you can go into classic online races or play in a friendly race. With friendly races, players can create a room or join a room with an invite code. There are heaps of maps to race on, power-ups to collect, and 15 playable characters from the Sonic universe. I wish this game supported local split screen, especially for Apple TV. Hopefully, this is implemented in a future update. Number 8 is ChuChu Rocket Universe. ChuChu Rocket Universe is a new take on the original Dreamcast classic. This time, it has 3D puzzles, a new quirky art style, and new planets to explore and solve. You can play in the story mode or multiplayer mode. The multiplayer mode allows up to 3 other players to join in on the fun. The aim of the game is to get more ChuChu to your rocket than your opponents. You can play in the quick match mode or play with friends by inviting them into private games. Sadly, it doesn't support local on-screen action. Number 9, we have Punch Planet. Here we have a sci-fi fighting game that was made by Block Zero. Punch Planet has 6 playable characters, 4 stages, and a few modes. The mode we're focusing on is Versus, where 2 players using 2 controllers can battle each other. If you're on a Mac, 1 player can be on a keyboard and the other on a controller. The game is fun, but the replay value is a little short. I really hope they add more content in the near future. Number 10, we have Super Mega Mini Party. Get ready to compete against other players in silly mini-games. There are 8 mini-games on offer, and up to 4 players can connect to matches. The first player to earn 100 crowns wins. You can connect to a random party, join a game using a party code, or start your own party. The game doesn't support local on-screen co-op or action, and it really should. What a big shame. It's perfect for it. Anyway, Red Games have said more minigames and characters are coming soon. But please, add local on-screen co-op. Number 11 is Super Impossible Road. This racer is very different to the norm. It actually wants you to cheat in order to win. But if you get too overconfident with your abilities to cheat, this may be your downfall. You can race online with up to 8 other players at once, or you can play locally with 4 players on 1 device, and then the other 4 will be replaced with bots, so you'll still be playing with 8 players. Each player must use their own controller too, obviously. On a Mac, 1 player can play with a keyboard and the rest with a controller. Rogue Games have confirmed that it supports 60 frames across all Apple devices. Number 12, we have Decoherence. If you haven't played this player versus player strategy game yet, you might not know that it actually has an online mode for 2 players. You can join a random player or invite friends. Sadly, I could never connect to a player online, so it's best to have a friend to connect to directly. When in a match, you have to place robots on the map and plan a strategy before the battle commences. When in battle, you control a pilot who can fight alongside your bots. Effecto Studios have confirmed the game targets 60 FPS on iPad Pro and Mac, and it features custom graphic options too. Number 13 is Cricket Through the Ages. This game is all about 2-player action. You have to time throws or attacks to beat the other player. So if you're playing on a touchscreen, Both players can swing their arms using the left and right side of the screen. On Apple TV, both players use the Siri remote, and if you're on a Mac, both players use a key on the keyboard. You can also just use one controller. I hope that makes sense in your head. Number 14, we have ShockRods. Here we have a vehicle combat game featuring lots of vehicles to unlock, many arenas to fight on, and a wide range of modes to jump into. We have Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, Shockball, and Golden Ram. You can't play locally, nor can you create private matches. You can only connect to random matches online. Number 15 is Rosies Reality. In this puzzle game, you have to guide a little robot to the end of each level. With up to 4 other players locally, you can play through 3 worlds, which incorporate heaps of levels inside. Unfortunately, this game only supports local on-screen co-op on Apple TV and Mac. If you connect up to 4 controllers, you will then have access to the multiplayer mode. On a Mac, co-op requires controllers. You can't use the keyboard, which is really silly. Number 16, we have Stella Commanders. Welcome to a real-time 1 vs 1 strategy game where you are fighting for total control of planets. Each battle only lasts 7 minutes, and you must destroy your opponent before time runs out or the whole planet explodes. You can join a random player online or connect to a friend directly. Players can also join a faction, choose units, and engage in intense strategy gameplay. Number 17 is Marble Atop Mayhem. Marble Atop Mayhem is a 3D platformer that can be played in the offline single-player mode or in the online multiplayer mode. Players can search for online matches or create or join a private game. There are 2 online game modes, Gem Hunt and Steal the Crown. 2 maps are on offer and up to 10 players can join matches. The game targets 60 FPS on the following: Mac, iPhone 8 and up, 30 FPS on iPhone 7 and below, and 60 on iPad Pro. Number 18, we have Fledgling Heroes. In this one, it's all about leaping and soaring to the end of levels. While you traverse, you need to dodge obstacles. There are 90 plus handcrafted levels here. You can customize your birds and use a built-in editor and share your levels online. Fledgling Heroes can be played with another person locally. Just connect a controller and the second bird should automatically appear. Number 19 is Lego Brawls. When you launch Lego Brawls, you can go into 2 multiplayer modes, Party and Brawl. Brawl will connect you to a random online 4 vs 4 match, and together with your team, you must take control of a flag or a mech. Under Party, you can create private matches. Here there are 2 different game options, co-op and versus. You can also customize your brawler to stand out. And the game targets 60 FPS on new iPhone and iPads and 30 on older devices. And it supports custom graphics on Mac. Number 20, we have Big Time Sports. Here is another party game all about wacky sports. The developer, Frosty Pop, created a game with very simplistic graphics and gameplay, which therefore means anyone can enjoy this one, no matter your gaming experience or age. It can be played in the local 2-player mode. 1 person plays at a time, and when your run is finished, just pass your device or controller to a friend. Each event plays quite differently, and it's worth taking note of the tutorial shown at the start of each event, or you could become a little confused. Number 21 is Red Rain. Go head-to-head with others in online or local network multiplayer real-time strategy battles. Red Rain asks you to secure your stronghold, prepare your army, and then attempt to win battles. It's made by the creators of Bloons TD, so the art style is quite similar. Number 22, we have HyperBrawl Tournament. The art style and gameplay here remind me of Rocket League, but instead of vehicles, you control heroes. Each match is a 2 vs 2 fast-paced 90-second round, and you can obtain weapons and use melee action to stop the other team from scoring goals. There are a few different arenas, characters, and abilities to use. HyperBrawl Tournament allows you to connect 4 controllers to one Apple device for local on-screen action, or you can connect 2 random players online. Number 23 is Things That Go Bump. This is a 1 to 4 player online game that explores the themes of everyday objects coming to life. There is a multiplayer battle mode, however, sadly, hardly anyone plays it, so hopefully we can get the player base larger with this video. In battles, you will fight other everyday objects. You can collect and attach different body parts to your character, like legs, torsos, heads, eyes, and you can find different weapons too. Each collectible has different advantages and disadvantages for battles. Number 24, we have PacMAN Party Royale. Did you ever think that we'd see a PacMAN Battle Royale type game? I sure didn't, but that's what Bandai Namco Entertainment have brought us, and it's actually really fun. 4 players join matches, and the last one standing wins. You still have to avoid ghosts, eat pellets, run around a maze, and collect invincibility power-ups. Each level has a timer, and when the timer runs out, the glitch will appear and close in on the map. If it touches you, you're dead. You're dead, buddy. Sadly, it's missing online matchmaking and local on-screen action, so to connect with others, you have to join via a party code. Okay, here are some bonus upcoming games with multiplayer. Recently, Konami announced that Frogger and Toy Town will soon have a new 2-player co-op mode. Konami recently said, and I quote, "By selecting the new co-op play option in the main menu, users can now invite a second player with their own device to join the game as a guest. While froglets will run away if you bump into obstacles in single-player mode, the new co-op play gives a second chance to rescue froglets as they will go follow the other player instead." Hipster Whale are bringing a new Crossy Road title to Apple Arcade. It has been titled as Crossy Road Castle. It is now going to be a multiplayer 2D platformer, and players must hop around a large castle, clearing one room after another. Coins must be collected and obstacles must be avoided. Up to 4 players will be able to play together. There is no confirmation of when this game is going to be released, but Hipster Whale said it will be launched soon, so go off that. What is your most played multiplayer game on Apple Arcade? For me, it's Hot Lava. Do let me know in the comments, I would love to know. If you found this video useful, please leave a like, as these videos, they take so long to put together, just playing on all these devices. And subscribe and turn on notifications to be alerted about upcoming Apple Arcade videos. Anyway, thanks for watching.